Let me tell you something. You can play video games on your computer for 2 hours straight. You can scroll through reels on Instagram until your thumbs go numb. You can binge watch an entire season of a Netflix show in a single day, telling yourself just one more episode. But the moment someone tells you to study for 30 minutes, your brain suddenly acts like it's in agony. You say you'll study for an hour, but 5 minutes later you're on your phone or doing something else that's keeping you hooked. Deep down, you know that studying or doing whatever you need to do that day will pay off big in the long run. But you still choose the easy pleasures. Why? And the real question is there a way to make your brain do hard things easily? Part 1, dopamine. The answer starts with a small chemical in your brain. Most people call dopamine the pleasure molecule, but that's not entirely accurate. Dopamine doesn't make you feel pleasure, it compels you to act. Like an invisible strawberry dangling right in front of your eyes. You haven't eaten it yet, but just the thought of it drives you to act. Part 2, Rat Experiments. Scientists gave rats a lever. Every time they pressed it, dopamine was sent to the brain's reward system. The result? They pressed that lever for hours. The rats forgot to eat, forgot to sleep, and some kept going until they collapsed from exhaustion. In other words, they couldn't even meet their basic needs. Then they blocked the dopamine. The same rats didn't even want to get up for food this time. They weren't depressed. If you put food in their mouths, they chew it to their heart's content. But they lacked the motivation to move. Your brain has a system like this. Dopamine isn't about pleasure, it's about the chase. Part 3, Dopamine Tolerance. The brain is always trying to maintain balance. When you constantly flood your brain with video games, junk food, and endless scrolling, the brain adapts and downregulates its dopamine receptors. Just like someone who eats sugary strawberries every day eventually looks at a plain strawberry and says, "This is a terrible strawberry." That's why studying feels like torture. The brain compares TikTok, a dopamine firework, a textbook, just a single annoying spark. There's nothing wrong with the brain structure, it's just that the brain has become spoiled. This is called dopamine tolerance. Chapter 4, Dopamine Detox. The solution is radical but logical. Every day at home, you enjoy eating sugary strawberries with great pleasure, and plain strawberries feel like an insult to you. But if you were stranded on a deserted island and on the verge of starving to death, that plain strawberry would feel like the most wonderful gift in the world. That's the logic behind the detox. Reduce artificial pleasure so that difficult things feel rewarding again. There are two approaches. The first is a radical detox, a full day with no phone, no internet, and no games. You just sit there feeling restless, you're completely alone with yourself. Once that restlessness really sets in, reading a book or doing some cleaning suddenly starts to feel fun. The second is a light detox, where you avoid a high dopamine habit one day a week, like no gaming on Fridays. The goal isn't to make yourself feel guilty or punish yourself, but to lower your tolerance so simple things feel sweet again. Chapter 5, The Reward System. Detox can't last forever. So you set up the system, work first, then reward. If you check social media in bed in the morning, that day will likely be a disaster and your motivation vanishes. Instead, you flip it around. If you work productively for 4 hours, you get to enjoy 2 hours of fun without guilt. Here's the key: never give yourself the reward before the work. Work first, then enjoy. Chapter 6, The 5 Ways to Outwit Your Brain. Number 1, Gamification. Manage your life like a video game. You know how in games there are tasks, and when you complete them, you level up, and then you get a reward? It's like that. Keep a to do list and give yourself a small reward every time you check something off. Second, start small. Tell yourself, I'll just do this for 2 minutes. Once you start, a signal goes to your brain. You're telling your brain, I'm serious this time. Third, instant rewards. Did you write a page, have a snack? Did you do 20 push ups, watch an episode? Fourth, accountability. You're lazy on your own, but when you go to a library, you naturally get motivated and take action because you don't want to look lazy in that environment. Fifth is identity shift. If you say, I'm lazy, you stay lazy. If you say, I'm disciplined, you start acting that way. Beliefs reshape behavior because whatever you keep repeating, your brain perceives it and functions accordingly. Chapter 7, Wanting the Right Things. We understand that dopamine isn't the enemy. It's what enables you to create and learn. The real issue is, where do you get your dopamine from? From endless scrolling or from growing and making real progress? You don't need to kill dopamine. You just need to ensure you're wanting the right things. With detox, smart rewards, and a few tricks, difficult tasks stop feeling like torture. So the next time you look at your to-do list, remember this. It's not about forcing discipline, it's about guiding your brain wisely.